Obama by a long way, by the way. So this idea of like disinformation, I think some of it was disinformation, but it's, you know, I think the idea that this election was only won through right-wing disinformation, I'm afraid, I view that as a total delusion by the Democrats. Again.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm sorry, but I totally disagree with Juan and Professor Lichtman. Don't blame the voters. I think, look, we could get into this discussion, but Juan, I think you're blaming the voters. I think that's a terrible...
So in this clip, it's crazy. Cenk actually demolishes a Democrat. The Democrat and this gentleman, this poor gentleman, Lichtman, I mean, just destroys him. And at this point, I think we can really say, and people are covering this now, that Cenk has pretty much walked away from the Democrat Party. I mean, you have people like Tim Pool talking about this. He had a long tweet, and we'll look into that. But this is insane, this debate. Like, this is just insane, and I'm here for it.
Terrible idea. Look, I debated Professor Lichtman before. I told him his theories about the keys were absurd. I was right. He was wrong. I said he'd lose his keys.
No, you were not right, and I was not wrong. And that's a cheap shot, and I won't stand for it.
Well, who won, brother?
You should not be taking cheap shots at me.
Who won?
You want to make your
point,
live
make your
in
point.
A total world
of denial.
I read your own followers' comments, and they all trashed you, every one of them, and supported me.
Yeah,
so
right,
with
right.
Your personal attacks.
Come find out again.
Make whatever.
I feel so bad, like, because it's a shame, because you can see, poor thing, he has his toupee on. He's doing the best he can. This guy has been predicting elections forever, right? And his keys, I don't know what this method is with the keys, but this time he's completely failed. They said that he is beside himself with his life because his life work has been just tossed down the drain with one election, and he's trying to go around and prove his point that something's not adding up with this election because of his keys, and it's such a shame. By the way, guys, if you like these videos, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. And thank you to every eye that lands on these videos.
Whatever point you want, don't make it personal.
You don't know anything. You don't know anything.
You attacked me personally.
You're so deluded.
Oh, right. I've only been a professor for 51 years.
On this program, I've never been able to finish a thought.
How many books have you published? No, because you're personally attacking me again. Say whatever you want, but I'm not going to stand for personal
brother, you got it wrong.
Say whatever you want.
You were preposterously and stupidly wrong. So, okay, all right. Can I just finish a goddamn thought ever on this show?
No, not if you're personally. I admitted I was wrong. I don't need you to call me stupid.
Okay.
Can I just say, it's great to see you Democrats all getting along so well.
Who taught you manners?
It's lovely to see.
I'm sorry. I did try to hold it in. Like, I feel so bad because you can tell he's an old man. Cenk is. I'm sorry. I tried desperately to hold it in, but Cenk is looking. He's like, I never get to finish a thought on this show. Who does, Cenk? You're not the only one, number one. And that's a shame to come. This old man can't take it. You can tell he can't take it. And Harry's laughing. This is just hilarious.
Can I finish a goddamn point?
Just one right now.
Hey, Alan, you deserve a tall glass of shut-up juice, so can you just shut up for a second? And let someone who knows what they're doing.
You're so right, Pierre. You're so right. We're so unified right now.
You want, I will not sit here and stand for personal attacks, for blasphemy against me. You don't need to do that. You don't
blasphemy against you? What the hell are you? Are you Jesus Christ, you loser? Okay, can I just give the correct answer for one?
Like, this is how it feels for him. It does feel like blasphemy against him. Like, Alan has been doing this for so long, and he's trying to figure out what went wrong. And that's why he's like, this is a divine issue for me. Since it's blasphemy against him, and all you could do is just laugh.
Once. Okay, here we go. So, guys, you're blaming disinformation. There was disinformation. There was the cats and the dogs nonsense. The points you're making about undocumented immigrants, I agree with, Alan, okay? But that didn't cost the election. The main disinformation was about how the election was going to be rigged. And it wasn't rigged. It was dumb. They won easily. There was no need for that disinformation. You guys are missing the whole point. The people who are at fault are not other people. It is the candidate, Kamala Harris, the previous candidate, Joe Biden, Democratic Party, Democratic leadership. You guys don't want to admit that they're the problem. They're the cancer in the Democratic Party. So you blindly lash out at the voters, at information, at social media, and you want to shut down anyone who disagrees with you. That's not the correct answer. There are three wings of the Democratic Party. There's the establishment wing that the great majority, almost everyone on television supports and kisses the ass of and does propaganda for. That wing has led to disaster. They lost to Donald Trump twice, nearly lost to him 3 times. And then the other wing is called the progressive wing, but those are two different sets of people. In the progressive, so-called progressive wing, what you have is the identitarian left, the people who do what the right wing would call woke politics and identity politics, and that is disastrous. That's what the trans ad was at the end, and it cost us. The most popular part of the Democratic Party is the populist left. That is the Bernie Sanders 2016 campaign. That part says, let's do super popular economic proposals like paid family leave, higher minimum wage, universal health care, public option. Let's do all of these things. And the establishment goes, no, our corporations don't want that. Our donors don't want that. So we'll just do identity politics.
He's right. He is right about that. I'm not one with the whole raising minimum wage just out of nowhere. There's a whole hamster wheel with that. It's all connected, so you can't just raise minimum wage. By the way, what does that do to the people who like went to school and then like the minimum wage is going up, which will bring up prices of stuff? And the people who went to school for something, they don't raise their rates by $5 more or whatever like that. They don't do it. So it's a whole effect with that. But he is right. Those type of populist candidates, they're not allowed to run. They're not.
And maybe identity politics will unite the left. But it didn't. Identity politics led to disaster. It was a poison within the Democratic Party, used, ironically, by the establishment Democrats because they didn't want to talk about popular proposals that we have because their donors hate those proposals.
Okay. Let me.
Poor thing. And I mean, you just see him breathing. He's like, but it gets even better. Like, it's a shame what they did to, like, all right, I'm saying that because I just think it's cute. He has his keys and he's like, listen, I know my thing. This is my thing. This is what I do. He has his little keys and stuff. It just gets worse.
Let me add a quick fact. There was no massive switch of black voters to Donald Trump. Donald Trump got 13% of the black vote, 11% the last time. That's 2% of a very small segment of voters. So that's one of the big myths of this election. Second big myth is that hindsight is 20/20. We have a lot of Monday morning quarterbacks who, after the fact, are telling us what Harris should and should not have done. And half of them are saying she lost because she was too progressive. She was too open to the charge of being a radical, a socialist. The other half have said, of course, she lost because she wasn't progressive enough. We heard that from Cenk today. It's all sports talk radio without the entertainment. There is no way to know after the fact what she should or should not have done. If she had only done this or that, it would have made a difference. That's just hot air with absolutely no proof. The difference that I bring to the table is a track record of successful prediction based upon how American presidential elections have previously worked as pragmatic decision-making on whether or not the White House party has governed well enough. And then my analysis is based upon what's changed, what's shattered the pattern of 160 years of history. So I have a base for my analysis. I'm not just doing Monday morning quarterbacking. Cenk, you need to learn some manners. Your act is getting really thin.
I mean, brother, I said what was...
I can't take it. Poor thing. That's not right. Look at him. He looks like his defeat is real. Like, I don't know, man. Hopefully, Alan could get it right next time because I really don't want to see this man go down like this. I don't want this to be his legacy. Look, I don't even know anything about the keys, by the way, right? Like, drop a comment below. Let me know about the keys because I don't know anything about them. I just feel bad because, like, he's looking down. This is like I don't want to roast him, but this looks like the change of Cenk Uygur. I mean, maybe he's joining the right wing now. I don't know. To be announced, right? Okay. All right. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.